Hello, I'm Eric Chung, a sophomore at Yorktown High School in Arlington, Virginia. In this experiment, a variety of marination methods were tested for their effectiveness in tenderizing meat. In culinary arts, a meat's texture and tenderness is nearly as important as flavor when cooking meat. Salt and pepper have always been the standard seasonings for meat, but other marination methods claim to be more effective at tenderizing meat. The marination methods tested in this experiment were a dry brine in salt, a wet brine in salt water, marination in apple cider vinegar, and marination in pineapple puree. An unseasoned steak was used as a control. An eye of round beef roast was cut into identical steaks, and each steak was marinated using a different method. The salt dry brine and wet brine steaks were marinated for 24 hours, while the vinegar and pineapple marinade steaks were marinated for 1 hour. Steaks were cooked on a cast iron skillet until reaching an internal temperature of 135 Fahrenheit, or roughly 57.2 Celsius. After being cooked, 6 quarter-inch slices were cut from each steak to be used for experimentation. Using the contraptions shown, the tenderness of each steak was recorded using the force required to tear apart each steak slice. Before experimentation, it was hypothesized that acidic marinades, such as vinegar and pineapple puree, would be more effective at tenderizing meat than salt. It was reasoned that the acidic marinades would break down the meat's connective tissues, loosening the muscle's fibers. After experimentation, it was revealed that the steak seasoned using salt dry brine was the least tender, while the steak marinated in pineapple puree was the most tender. The experiment's results supported the hypothesis and background research. An unexpected result was that the steaks seasoned with salt were less tender than the unseasoned steak. This could be explained that when seasoned with salt, the muscle fibers of a steak become swollen with water, therefore binding the muscle fibers closely together. There is also a substantial difference in the tenderness between the steak marinated with vinegar and the steak marinated with pineapple puree. Despite both being marinated in acidic solutions, the steak marinated in pineapple puree was more tender due to enzymes in the pineapple further decomposing connective tissues and unwinding protein chains in the meat. The results from this experiment are surprising yet logical, and any chef can use this data to create and optimize recipes.